To all the ladies in the place with style and grace, allow me to lace these lyrical douches in your bushes.
I'm Chris Brown. I am the tight ends and tackles coach at Southern University. This is the 22nd episode of Trill O-Line Play, where today we're going to be discussing defending a speed rusher. All right, so just an overview of what we're going to be discussing today, how to defend a speed rusher. So basically, we'll break down what are some of the different tendencies and alignments and things that can notify an offensive lineman that a speed rush is coming. We're going to have two game clips from the spring 2021 season and conclude the presentation with our nugget of the day. All right, so defending a speed rusher. All right, so basically, some of the different ways that you can defend a speed rusher is first off by knowing a speed rush is coming before it actually happens. All right, so at the beginning of the week, we give our offensive linemen a game plan so they know different tendencies from the defense, the different pressures that they like to send, and also their personnel. So based on personnel, one of the ways you can know a speed rush is coming is substitution. So when you see a different number come in and we teach our guys who those speed rushers are, and they know that they have to prepare as an offensive tackle for a speed rusher. Also their alignment. You know a speed rush is coming based on the alignment of that defensive end or that edge rusher, okay? So if he's in a ghost 9 compared to a tight 5, you know that the probability is much greater of a speed rush when you have a ghost 9 defensive end or stand-up buck linebacker is what we like to call it, as well as the down and distance. So when it's third and long and they do bring that pass rush specialist in the game, I need to know as a tackle what the down and distance is based on my film study to know that a speed rush is coming because that speed rusher has been subbed into the game. All right, so now we're getting kind of into the technique side of it. So defending the speed rusher. The first thing first is identifying that speed rush hat read. So I know a speed rush is coming when that defender is rushing straight up the field without looking at me as an offensive lineman. He's rushing up the field trying to get it straight up the field and then make a move at the quarterback. So based on his hat, if I don't see any eyes and I know he's rushing straight up the field, that means that the speed rush is coming. And we've talked about that in previous episodes of Trill O-Line Play. All right, so these are the techniques me as an offensive lineman I have to do to be prepared to execute and stop a speed rush. The first thing is I have to be patient in my Trill relationship. A lot of times speed rushers make a lot of sacks, all right, by speed rushing up the field and coming underneath an offensive tackle because they're impatient and they overset in fear of being beat up the field. All right, so if we're patient in our Trill relationship, what we say is, as an offensive tackle, I need to know what my landmark is on that defensive lineman, all right, so that I can stay in great Trill relationship. Trill relationship is just staying inside via the neck, never letting that defender get in front of my inside hand. So that is a great Trill relationship when I'm teaching to defend a speed rusher. I want to keep my shoulders square as long as possible because when I open my shoulders, that's telling that defensive lineman to commit to getting after the quarterback. So the longer I keep my shoulders square, the more I know once he does commit and I haven't opened my shoulders and given a short edge, I can run him right past the quarterback. So understanding my Trill relationship, keeping my shoulders square as long as possible, and as well as timing up my punch. I need to know when that defender does decide to attack me and he gets in my punch radius, I need to know that's the time to punch the defender. I can use my independent hands, all right, where I have a clamp hand and a stab hand, all right, or I can go ahead and use my double punch where I'm stabbing on the inside breastplate of that defender. So that's just kind of how we teach to stop a speed rusher. We've been blessed to have a lot of success here with some great tackles at Southern University. Okay, so this is our right tackle here, Jeremiah Stafford, in the spring game against Alabama State, of him being able to stop a speed rusher. So what's the first thing we said? If a defender comes and subs into the game just for speed rush purposes, based on his alignment, his stance, all right, and what the down and distance is, and this was third and long, then I know that speed rush is coming. So Jeremiah is aware that a speed rush is coming. He does a great job of getting out of stance, keeping great Trill relationship, all right. He could have did a little better job of keeping his shoulder square a little bit longer, all right, but he keeps great Trill relationship, works inside out, doesn't let the defender get underneath him, all right, and then he's able to use his clamp hand to clamp that defender up the field, party over, right? So the main thing with speed rushers is not getting so antsy to set that you overset. So Jeremiah doesn't overset here. He just opens up his shoulders a little bit too early, but he does a great job here out of understanding that speed rush is coming based on substitution, all right, based on down and distance, and based on the alignment of the defender. All right, so this is another clip of Jeremiah here defending a speed rusher here. Jackson State again. This guy's is a ghost 9, so I know that some type of speed rush is coming. So Jeremiah is aware this is a speed rusher. I need to be patient with my Trill relationship and never let that defender get to be in front of my inside hand. I want to keep my shoulders square as long as possible, and I want to time up my punch, but I don't want to get antsy just because I know that a speed rusher is coming. All right, so he does a great job of trying to keep his shoulders square as long as possible. All right, keeping great Trill relationship. He has his Trill hand out, so he knows, like, this guy is not in front of my Trill hand. I'm good. I can continue to kick. All right. And Jeremiah does a great job here with the timing of the punch and knowing, all right, it's time to strike the defender once he gets in my punch radius. All right, so I also get that speed rush hat read. That guy shooting up the field, then he commits to trying to speed rush down the middle. This is more of a speed to power rush that we get here from this gentleman here. So he does a great job. All right, and he works the double punch right here on this particular play. All right, so thank you guys so much for taking the time out today to discuss offensive line play with me. Nugget of the day is accountability. Take full ownership, okay? So basically, if something is going on in your life and it's repeatedly happening and you're blaming someone else, it's your fault. Just take full ownership. Figure out what are the things you can do to improve at whatever is going on that's not going your way to become the best person that you can become. All right, subscribe on my YouTube channel, Trill O-Line Play, just like the video that you see here to the right. Subscribe. Every week we're going to be blasting out offensive line stuff and talk offensive line play. And follow me at Coach Brown72 on Twitter as well, so that you can stay up to breast and alert when I release these videos, all right, weekly. And I'll always release clips on Twitter. Thank you guys so much again, and go Jags.